Good. So let's go to our Wuji Stance. Feet about shoulder width apart. Bend the knees just slightly, relax. Hips just straight forward a little bit. Coccyx pointing to the floor. Feel like the top of the head is being lifted upward, elongating the spine. Let the shoulders drop down, come forward a little bit. Arms drop down in front of you. Breathe in and out through the nose. And as you breathe in, let the abdomen expand, drawing the breath all the way down. We pause. And then as we exhale, the abdomen contracts, goes back towards the spine, pushing the breath all the way up and out the nose. We pause again, and then we begin our inhalation. Nice, deep abdominal breathing. Getting back to the way we should be breathing. Most of us become chest breathers. It's too shallow. Need the nice, deep, full oxygenation. And as you're doing that, feel your feet sinking into the ground. Feel your energy connecting to the center of the earth. Let's go to a bit of a wider stance. For now, just transfer the weight side to side, nice and easy. Just let everything kind of relax. Let's get some movement here. Transferring the weight like this actually helps with the balance. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to let the entire body get involved by relaxing. So the hip goes out, then the shoulder, then the head, and we're just moving side to side. This posture is called moves like a river. Just let everything relax. And now let the hands start to move more, or the arms. So we're going to start to get a little more involved with the arms. And let's move them side to side as we transfer the weight. Now let's look back and at the moon. So we're going to bring our hands up above us and behind, bring them back to lower, then opposite side. Breathe out as you go up and around. Breathe in as you come back to center. Nice and slow, getting away now from this rocking motion. Make sure to take that pause between the breaths where you can get a little extra stretch. Reset in terms of gathering or releasing energy. One more time each side. And just come down, put your hands on your hips, nice big hip circles, all out of the hips. Try to keep the head stationary. Shoulders don't move much. It's all out of the hips. So really try to stick your butt out when you get to the back, and it goes to the side, then your hips go forward. Make a nice big circle. And reverse. A couple more. Slow it down. Make your fists so they're kind of open, so you've got some space here. And we're going to follow the muscle all along here, basically from either side of the spine all the way to the hip. And just do some nice concussive tapping there. This is the poor man's Theragun. Good. Come back to the kidneys. Give them a nice rub. And then take your hands and just move a little bit away from the kidneys. Try to feel the energy coming out of your palms, going into the kidneys. If it's helpful, picture dark blue light coming out of your palms, filling the kidneys with that dark blue light. Go ahead and make contact again with the kidneys. Nice little rub here. Now breathing out, we're going to come all the way down the outside of the legs, around the toes, breathing in, up, all the way to the hips, and then move back to the kidneys. Just do this a couple of circles, a couple of times, nice and slowly. Tracing the meridians of the legs. One more time. Come up to the crease here. In Chinese, we call it the qua, the leg gates. And again, with an open fist, go up and down that crease. Opening this pathway, allowing the energy to travel from the ground all the way up the legs into the torso and vice versa. Good. Let's do the Buddha Stomp. So still maintaining that wide stance. We're just going to put all our weight onto our right foot, lift the left foot up and drop, and then reverse. And feel that vibration come up your leg, into the torso, throughout the skeletal system. One more time. Good. Let's come down to the knees. Just tap the outside of the knees. Tap the inside of the knees. Tap behind the knees. Give them a nice rub back there. And work your way around now to the sides, a little bit of a rub there. And then come up on top of the knee, just a little rub. And then just let your hands settle in so your fingers wrap over the patella, your kneecaps. See if you can feel the warmth coming out of your palms, going into the knees. Rotate the knees nice and easily. Don't lock them out when you come all the way back. Go only as deep as comfortable. As with all the postures, we stay within our comfort zone. And reverse. And bring your feet together. Keeping the hands still there. And the knees now rotate together. All the while, see if you can feel that warm energy filling the knees, moving through the knees. And reverse. And just come back to stop for a moment, feel that heat. Separate the feet again a little bit. This time as you bend down, your elbows go out, your hands turn. Breathe out as you go down, breathe in as you come up. One more. Good. Bring the hands back up to the hips. Stimulate the quad again. Let's do hold up the heavens. Actually, let's do Buddha holds up the earth. So we're just going to drop our hands down in front of us, visualizing or feeling or both the energy coming up from the floor as you breathe in. The energy comes up your legs, and then we start to move the hands upward, bringing the energy up the body. Hands rotate in front of the face, fingertips facing each other, nice flat palms, push upwards. Breathing in, we rotate back down, bring the energy down the body into the ground. We reset and we breathe in, bring the energy up. Pause, reset, and bring the energy down. Nice and slow with the breath. Try to focus on the energy coming up, sending it out into the universe, and grabbing the energy of the universe and bringing it down the body down the legs into the ground. One more time, all the way up. Bring it down. Good. Let's do a couple of things with the horse riding stance, or Chinese, it's called Mabu. Go to a nice wide stance. This stance you can do anytime. We were talking earlier about the wall sit. You can do this anytime. You just have to make sure you're doing it correctly. You don't want to hurt yourself. So I like to go to start out with a nice wide stance. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my feet out about 40, 45 degrees. I'm going to check that my feet are in the right angle by just bending the knees. And notice my knees now are tracking the same direction my feet are pointing. If I had my foot straight ahead, as my knee comes down, my knee's going this way, my foot's pointed this way. So I want to turn the feet so the knee tracks the same direction. Then we don't want to be pushing out with the knees. Instead, we want to kind of be sitting back, put a little more pressure into the heels, and try and drop straight down. And I just keep working the distance between my feet, opening them up until I get this nice, comfortable, fairly comfortable stance where I can keep my back nice and straight, drop down only as far as comfortable. And you can just hold this. You want to not have your knees any more than a 90-degree angle. And like I said, you never want them to go out over your toes. You want to sit back and just kind of be nice and comfortable. There are masters that teach this and nothing else for the first year. And they have their students hold this for an hour or so. Now kind of come back up, keep the feet where they are. One thing I always like to do, just to kind of check that I'm in the right position, that it is comfortable, is I just want to go up and down like I'm posting on a horse. So if you put your hands in front of you and just kind of go up and down, you just kind of feel like you're settling in. Each time you may be able to go a little deeper. Good. Go only as deep as comfortable again. Never want to feel any discomfort. All right, and let's slow it down, go into the stance. So get seated as low as you're comfortable. Let's try 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Shake it out. That's great. Now, obviously, you can do it longer and longer over time. It's a great one for building the calves, using your abs to hold the position, the core. So let's do the second movement of the 8 brocade, drawing the bow. We're going to use the Mabu Stance. We're going to start with our hands facing each other, forearms together. I'm going to do a slight different variation. We're going to drop down as we cross the wrists. The hand on the outside then pulls the bow to your shoulder. So it doesn't go beyond your shoulder, it comes just to the shoulder. The other hand is going to extend outward you're going to curl your fingers except for the thumb and the first finger. And that first finger is pointing straight up to the ceiling, and you're sighting along that as you drop down to the Mabu. Then come back up, drop down, switch hands, and come back. Nice and easy, you're dropping in and then coming back out. But make sure you're pulling the bow, feeling that chest open, concentrating on sighting along that finger, breathing out as you go down, breathing in as you come back to center. One more time each side. Come back, shake it out again. It's a little shaking. Actually, before we do shaking, I haven't done this in a while. Let's do horse shivers. Let's see if we can just get all this tension out of our bodies. So again, go to a wider stance, not the Mabu, just going out a bit, because we're going to drop down and then we're going to come back up. So we're just simply going to put our arms out and we're going to drop down. Then as you come up, feel the energy coming up the body, up the torso, the back of the neck, and then drop down as we exhale and just shake that energy out. Drawing the energy up all the way into the head, feel it tickling at the back of the neck, and then out your mouth. Try to get your whole body to shake, just like a horse has a fly on it. One more time. Good. You come back up to a standing position. Just start bending lightly at the knees. Let the entire body relax. Everything starts to move on its own. Shoulders bounce up and down, hands bounce up and down, the head moves around. Deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth as we purge the energy that's blocked or stagnant. Now that we've got that energy moving, let's take it all the way down into the skeletal system, right down into the bone marrow. So we're going to come up onto our heels and we're going to now bounce so that we're getting some vibration from the heels all through the body. Last one. Good. And just take a moment to look inward. See if you can feel that energy surging through your body. Notice where it's not. Notice where you have some blockage or stagnation, where you might have some muscle tension or pain. Just identify it and move on. Don't even give it a moment's thought. Let's bring our fingertips into bird's beak so that the fingers come to the thumb. We're then going to take those fingers and put it into the chest, just inside the crease here. That's where lung 1 and lung 2 are located, the beginning of the lung meridian. Rooster spreads its wings. We're just going to bring our elbows up and do nice big turns, nice and slowly. Let the fingertips dig in, stimulating those 2 points. One more time, and then we're going to reverse. So come down and then reverse. Slow it down with the breath. Breathe in as they come up. Breathe out as they go forward. Good. Now keeping the fingers where they are, do one elbow at a time. So really pick it up and feel it all down your back. And reverse. And on this one, see if you can really open the chest as you come back. Turning a bit from the hips and the waist. And one more time and down and relax. Let's do heart to the sky. So we're going to breathe in, going to gather the energy as the chest goes towards the ceiling. We look up to the ceiling. Breathing in, then we breathe out. We come into a prayer position. Really squeeze the chest closed. Open. Pause. Gather the energy. Exhale, bringing it in. Pause, get a little extra stretch. Now, if you're not already, step out to a wide stance. One more time. Good. Now this time, lift your hands up over your head into prayer position and come straight down, pressing palms as you lift the elbows, you drop down. We breathe in, we come around, pause, breathe out as we drop back down. One more time. So we're going to go down and come back around and bring it down to the heart. And just hold that for a moment again. Notice where the energy is running and where it's not. Let's trace the lung meridian, just activate those a little bit more. So with your left hand, put it on the right shoulder. You're going to come down the inside of the arm and off the thumb. Let's just do that 3 times. And we're going to switch to the opposite side. Hand on the shoulder, push down the inside of the arm and off the thumb. Good. Let's bring down the heavens. Breathing in, we lift our hands, filling with energy. Feel the weight of that energy. Pause, then breathing out, push that energy down through the top of the head, the Bai Hui point, down the torso, all the way down the legs into the ground. Let's do that twice more. Good. Bring your hands to your hips, palms up. We're going to rotate the hand. Let's start with the left hand and push. Then rotate it back and pull it in. So we push. And again, you can go to a wide stance and drop down as you push. And then come back up as you come in. Breathing out as we push. Breathing in as we come in. The immortal pushes the stone. So imagine you've got this big stone in front of you and you're pushing and pushing and pushing it. And then just relax. Push, push, push. Sort of like punching with fierce eyes, but we're not tensing the whole body nearly as much. We're concentrating more on just pushing the energy forward with our hands and then relaxing as we bring fresh energy back into the body. One more time each side. Good. Relax. Shake it out again. Let's relax the neck a little bit. Let's do dragon spreads its tail. So we bring the energy up the body, and then we come over to our left shoulder. And the hands are going to stay on that left shoulder. They're never going to come back, or not never. They're not going to come back to the center while we do this posture. We're going to turn the palms away from us. As we look over the right shoulder, we're going to breathe out and push away with the heels of the hands, not with the fingers, so that we can't lock that elbow. As soon as I relax the fingers, my arm can go out. So we just want to push with the heel of the hand. Breathe in, we turn back and we look at that palm coming at us. Breathe out, we look the opposite side to the horizon. Breathe in, pause. Breathe out, pause. One more time. Breathe in all the way to the chest. Breathe out as you push the energy down into the ground. Bring up fresh energy as we breathe in. Come to the right shoulder, breathe out, push away and look away. One more time. Breathe in all the way into the chest. Breathe out, push it down. Let's do a nice flow for the kidneys. So if you remember, the kidney meridian starts under the foot, comes up the leg, and terminates right here in the chest. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend down, we're going to do a wider stance. We're not going to bend forward. We're going to bend straight down, gather the energy, back of the hands come up together. To breathe in up to the K27, the kidney 27 points, and then sweeping out as we breathe out. So we breathe in, pause, breathe out. Pause, gather the energy, breathe in, bringing it up all the way along the superficial kidney meridian, and pause and take what energy no longer need or no longer serves us and sending it back to the earth to be recycled. And you can picture dark blue light for the energy. If visualizations work for you. But one thing I'd like you to change from what we would normally do when we feel the energy moving. On this one, I want you to see if you can feel the cool water. We'll gather the cool water, feel that coolness come up the body, all the way up into the chest. And then we take the steam, the heat, and we send it back to the earth. Just feel that nice coolness. One more time. Good. And again, just check in. Let's do a nice little twisting move here. So we're going to bring our left hand up in front of us, fingers up, right hand behind us, fingers down. We're going to turn slowly from the hips and the waist, then the mid back, then the upper back, pushing around, and then finally at the end, looking around. Then we switch. The left hand drops down, the right hand comes up, it comes past your ear, and then comes around. See if you can feel the vertebra turning in place, starting at the bottom of your back, working all the way up into the neck. So here we gather energy, we bring it into the head, clearing the mind, and then taking what we no longer need, sending it out to be recycled. While we're clearing that energetic pathway, the spine. One more time. Good, bring your hands around. So your left hand now faces the heart. The right hand faces the lower dantian, the abdomen. Arms are nice and rounded, relaxed. You're going to go to the left. Then one hand drifts up while the other hand drifts down. Get into that position again of pointing at the middle and the lower dantian, and then float across to the opposite side. Switch. Now, as you're moving across, stare at that palm, that upper palm. Focus on that upper palm. And then when you get to the end, that upper palm drops away. We look to the horizon, and then we focus on the upper palm again as we have a new upper palm. Cloud hands. Good posture for the fire element. And the fire element is associated with summer. So we try to do heart moves, fire moves. Believe it or not, in traditional Chinese medicine, starting next week, we move into fall. One more time, come back to the center. Take the top hand, turn it so it's facing the bottom hand, palms facing each other. Try to feel the energy there. Take the top hand, bring it down to support the bottom hand. Feeling that energy ball still in the palm, push it right into your chest. Feel something of substance entering your body. Feel some resistance. Feel some warmth as you push it all the way in, and that warmth then spreads out throughout your torso, down your arms, down your legs, up through the top of your head. Just take a couple of nice deep breaths here. In and out through the nose. Good. Bring your feet together. Drop your hands down. Right hand stays below the lower Dantian, palm up. Left hand turns palm up, scoops up the energy. Thumb and first finger separate. As you breathe out, it comes down your central line. When you get to the bottom, we switch. Breathing in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. Breathe in. See if you can feel the energy coming out of that space between the thumb and the first finger. You close your eyes. Try to feel where your hand is by that energy coming out of that space. Centering, balancing the energy of the three Dantians. We have the upper Dantian in the forehead, essentially, that houses wisdom chi. The middle Dantian by the heart houses love chi. The lower Dantian, which houses vitality chi. One more time, and finish with one hand over the other, doesn't matter which, either holding at the wrist or interlacing at the thumbs, below your belly button. Feet as close together as comfortable. Feel that energy coming out of the palms, moving into the lower Dantian, and then spreading out throughout your entire body. Think of it as lighting you up, dispelling darkness in every little corner and nook and cranny of the body until it expands outward, allowing you to float inside this protective cocoon. And become aware of what it feels like to be safe, to be healthy, to be at peace. Take a deep breath in, gather those feelings, and take them with you for the rest of the day. Thank you.